Hello and welcome back to the Duckpond Ace Attorney Book Club. My name is Ziggy and we are on to a new game in the Ace Attorney series, not the original trilogy anymore. We're on to Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth.
Because
Wow.
I was arguing against jumping to the time skip because I don't know, I felt like it.
Yes, we are going in canon order, and as you just heard,
Chronological order.
chronological order. Yes, that's probably a better word to use. Um,
Except Grace Attorney is last.
As you could guess, I am joined by none other than Goombus Barrio. How are you doing, Goombus Barrio?
I'm doing fine.
That's good to hear. Ready to talk
It's the
about
Goomb
some
Ziggy podcast.
Ace Attorney investigations.
Yeah, we're locking in on Miles Edgeworth as a common segment of the Goomb and Ziggy podcast.
Exactly. Yes. So this is a new game in the Ace Attorney series. Well, not new, as in like a new game. It came out in 2009, so 15
Yes.
years ago. But wait, no, wait, yeah, wait,
It was 2009.
2000. Yeah, but that's not 15 years ago. That's like, uh, that's 17 years ago.
17 years.
Jesus. Oh yeah, out on the DS though. This is my first time playing this game. I knew pretty much nothing about it besides that you played as Miles Edgeworth and also you walked around on like a 2D plane. That's pretty cool. I'm also playing this through the recently, as in like a year or two ago, released version of the
The
Ace
most recently
Attorney,
released.
Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth collection.
It's the
Yes.
most recently released Ace Attorney game.
Yes. So it's kind of cool. They have like in-game achievements for stuff. It's pretty neat. They didn't have that in the original trilogy release. They also have all
Well,
the
they do
HD.
just on the Switch version.
Oh, not on the Switch version of the original trilogy? Interesting. Okay.
If you're on a platform with achievements, it's just everything besides Nintendo platforms nowadays, they give you achievements. I have the
Oh.
Steam.
Well, this game has like in-game achievements.
Yeah, they're the same
Yeah.
though.
Okay. Well, they don't. Yeah, they don't
The,
have that on the original trilogy at
the
all.
in-game
So.
list and then like the PS4, Steam, Xbox achievement list, they're the same achievements.
Gotcha. I mean, I figured. Yeah. Always kind of sad that
I have
Switch.
the Platy in every Ace Attorney game except for Greatest Attorney because I messed up in the last case and missed an achievement.
I see. Well, anyways, yes, this is my first time playing through this game. Pretty exciting because it has been a pretty long time since I played an Ace Attorney game for the very first time. And we'll be getting into the nitty gritty and what I think so far. But I don't know. Any other thoughts before we hop into the very first case of Ace Attorney investigation? I don't think of anything.
Miles Edgeworth.
Yes. They have HD sprites in this game. You have the option between playing with the original sprites on the DS or the HD sprites. Any of the footage, if you're watching this on YouTube, is from the HD version, and it's just my footage as well. Yeah, a little fun fact: I record my footage of this game, and it plays in the background of every single podcast episode. So, if you see somebody do something stupid and not know what to present, that's me. So, there you go.
I didn't take any damage from not knowing what to present. I took damage because I feel like, well, I took some damage. I didn't take very much. These games are easy anyway. Investigations games are easy.
Yeah, I did not have too much trouble with these first two cases. We'll be going through the first two cases today. I guess I didn't say that just because first one is pretty short. I mean, it's a tutorial case of an Ace Attorney game. It's kind of a given. And second case isn't super long either. So, yeah.
Well, this is like the last really short tutorial case in at least from my memory.
Oh, okay. I guess we'll see what happens. The next one.
I'd say like from now on onward, they're like more involved than Turnabout Memories from the third game, whatever it was called.
Yeah, there was one tutorial case I think we did only talk about for a specific episode. It was probably from Ace Attorney 3 because that one was pretty involved.
It was the Turnabout from Ace Attorney 3. I just don't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I think it's Turnabout Memories.
Okay, I just wasn't confident.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, We got our first case here. Turnabout visitor. This case sees Miles Edgeworth returning to Japanifornia, I'm pretty sure,
Yeah, to
and
go to his office.
to go to his office when something troubling happens. Yes. So I was thinking about this, and it's a little bit harder to like have sections for this game, just because they do definitely have points where it's like, um, this is an investigation time, or this is like a time when you're, I guess, debating somebody, but they don't really necessarily have straight up investigation and then court stuff in this game. It's a little bit weirder. So I guess we'll just be doing one continuous crawl throughout every single case in this
Well,
game.
the way they're
And
like paced is that there's investigation segments and argument segments, and
yeah,
usually there will be a bunch of arguments are just cross examinations, but you're not in court, so it's called something else. And then there's usually a bunch of investigation segments like back to back, and then or there's one investigation segment and then a bunch of arguments back to back, and then it keeps alternating between that. It's like the standard pace.
I see. Okay. Well, the first new big thing in this game, maybe we can talk about some, is you investigate not from the first person's perspective of Phoenix Wright. No, you are able to look at Miles Edgeworth in all of his glory as he walks around the room. I think this system is pretty good. I mean, I like immediately that you get to see their animations that you've seen of only like their upper halves, but as like full-bodied people. Like that translated into full kind of body animations is pretty neat to say.
Yeah.
Um, I will say though, sometimes walking around and trying to investigate things can be kind of finicky. Like I almost immediately was trying to talk to some of the cops in the room and had to like finagle it a little bit to get the thing to pop up to let me talk to them. So that's a little bit weird, but it's not a huge issue. It's just, a little bit harder to investigate things compared to just like putting your cursor over something that glows yellow and then pressing A. So
Yeah.
yeah, but um, yes. So there's a murder that takes place in Miles Edgeworth's office, and then also when he goes in there, he gets held at gunpoint by a mysterious stranger that also leaves. Um, this is also one of those cases where we immediately get shown who the killer was. Um,
Yeah.
so that's
It's
pretty interesting.
it's Guy. I couldn't believe it when I saw Guy for the first time.
Yeah,
It's like, wow.
it's crazy. I mean, like, I wonder if
Guy has
that
a
guy
gun.
did it. But let's see. What else are you kind of do in this first little part? They introduce
Well,
you to the mechanic where you look at things and then you highlight them and present a piece of evidence that's like contradictory to that, and then Edgeworth says Eureka. That's kind of
yeah.
funny.
They introduced you to logic.
That's true. The logic system, which
Yeah,
I'm
it's
assuming will
Edgeworth's
be
magical
used.
lawyer superpower.
Yeah. Basically, you get pieces of evidence and then you put them together like puzzle pieces. And I mean, it's
It's very
okay.
simple. I'm
I
not really
think
the biggest
like
fan of logic. I'm just gonna say it up front.
yeah, like they give you, so you do take damage if you mess up logic or obviously mess up like contradictions and stuff, but you have a pretty chunky health bar in this game. I gotta say, like
You,
I'm messed up probably like 4 or 5 times, and I wasn't even down to like half health.
yeah, you
Um,
take like a tenth of your health per hit instead of like a fifth of your health per hit.
yeah, they're pretty forgiving with it.
And then every time you finish an investigation segment, I think you heal half your health bar. And then it's not like they're like infrequent.
Yeah, I can't tell because I've never gone down to less than half health, but they do refill your health. So it's a bit like the um, Cyclox system, except a lot more forgiving, I would say. And also
Yeah.
just faster than Cyclox. So you don't have to go through the whole person's spiel again just to get to the psych thing that you need.
I like the
Um,
idea that Gumshoe, because Edgeworth is like explaining the logic tutorial. Gumshoe doesn't know what logic is.
yeah. Just one of those things.
Wow.
Have to dumb him down a little bit. Yeah, but decent system. I so far don't think it's going to be very hard, just because I think the max amount of logic I've ever seen show up in his brain is like 4, which
You get
I,
six. You can get 6 if you do the investigation in case 2 in a certain order.
okay. So they can start piling up, but at least for me so
Yeah.
far, I've never had it actually pile up to where it's maybe a bit tricky. I don't know. So far, pretty much both of these cases have been pretty straightforward, I have to say. Not too much trouble with them. We also, I mean, okay, so we have Miles Edgeworth and Gumshoe. I gotta say, Gumshoe's 2D sprite for like his upper half, it just looks a little bit off. I don't know why. I don't exactly know
I
how to
think you might
describe
be
it.
expecting him to be thicker.
Yeah, I think I see the thing. I think what does it for me is almost every like 2D sprite in this game looks a little bit more faded out than they did in the original trilogy. Like I kind of remember Gumshoe's coat being like a darker shade of green, or Edgeworth's red being a darker shade of red. I don't know. Everything is just like a tiny bit more faded out. Maybe that's just because they were like translating the DS sprites very faithfully, but I don't know. Most of it is fine, but I just felt I should point that out. Um, but yes, we also meet another character, a very funny guy, Jacques Portsman, the guy that shows up at the very beginning to announce that he is the killer. Well,
I'm so
at
glad
least
you
just
say
to us.
Jaquest. You've been
Jacques.
yeah, you've redeemed yourself for Jean from the previous French name.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I know how to say Jacques.
It's also a pun because Jock Portsman, Jock Sportsman. Wow, I can get a pun, guys.
Okay. I was just about to ask about that. Yeah, I did not get that. So there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's like a
it's a
sports
little
themed prosecutor.
yeah, he sure is.
He's got.
I
I
don't
like his
know.
animation with his jacket. It's pretty funny. Like how he takes it
I
off
like
and
all of
puts
his
it on.
animations. I think his animations are really fun, but I've never really found him like an interesting character at all.
I mean,
He has a
yeah.
voice objection for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, is that like a rare thing? I kind of thought all the prosecutors that you might go up against in here would have one. I mean, Francisca is the second one, so like just reuse that. But interesting. Um, I like how he
I mean,
daps up the police officer immediately.
yeah, he
That's
does
kind of
dap up
funny.
police officers and throw evidence. That's kind of funny.
Yeah,
He calls all of his partners Jim to continue the sports jock theme
yeah, he can't.
because like a gym.
Yeah, I think the guy that died was like his fourth detective or something that he had. The
Yeah, it was like
partner.
his fourth or his third.
So
Also, the guy who died, his design is based off of the director of the game. And then he saw like the artists drawing the character, and he was like, "Can you make that guy look less like me? I don't like seeing myself dead."
wow.
This is a real thing that happened during this game's development.
All right then. I guess Jacques killed the creator of the game. Kind of sad.
Yeah, not Shu Takumi. This is not a Shu Takumi Ace Attorney game. This is the
Oh, I
first one
see.
that. Yeah, I don't remember his name because I'm bad.
Okay.
Sorry, guy.
I mean,
I can look up his name.
his name is Buddy Faith.
No,
He,
not that guy.
oh,
The guy
not
who directed the game.
Buddy Faith did not create the game. Uh, yeah. I mean, Buddy Faith, his design is kind of just meh. But I mean, he dies immediately. So
He's a guy.
what are you gonna do? Yeah,
Yeah. Takeshi Yamazaki. That's the guy whose name I couldn't remember.
I see.
He has identified Hirohito Araki, the creator of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, as a character who he respects.
Interesting. Okay. Well, what else is there to go over for this case? So eventually we do leave the room because Jock is in charge of the investigation, I guess. And we get to meet some of the famous Ace Attorney characters. We get to see Payne standing on the side of the room. He says like a single line and that's it. But
Oh yeah, also Maggie Bird is there and she gets accused of the murder.
yes, we also I was gonna get the Maggie Bird. She shows up and now she's on security detail at the prosecutor's
Yeah.
office. She also like she is
Well,
wearing Banjo Kazooie feathers on her jacket for some reason. I don't really know what that
I
is
don't really
about.
know. They're bird, I
But
guess.
I
It's not like a
I
magpie
guess
though.
maybe she's just getting ready to fly or something. I don't know. That's strange to
You're in
me.
the wrong case, idiot.
Yeah.
That's the next one where you all fly.
I don't know. Maybe she's getting ready to play banjo kazooie.
Maybe. But speaking of pain, I like how he like tries to give Edgeworth advice, and Edgeworth's just like, "Who is this guy again?"
Yeah.
That's like Payne's entire role in this case, is
But
to be there on the sidelines.
tutorial case, gotta have Pain show up again. You know, it's like he does.
True.
But yes, eventually you learn the truth behind the switching of the door things and the switching of the basketball hoop that is outside in the prosecutor's hallway for some reason. See, this is the sort of thing with this game that I find kind of, I don't know. I feel like we're kind of just pinballing all over the place because there's not really like defined sections of the game, I guess. But
Yeah, I mean, I don't really mind it, but I definitely prefer the tempo of normal Ace Attorney.
well, I guess I'm just
Especially,
talking about for like for when we're talking about stuff like in game.
oh,
I think it's okay. Obviously,
I mean, I still prefer the tempo of normal Ace Attorney.
yeah, I don't think it's as good as Normal Ace Attorney, but it's different, interesting, I guess. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think at one point, Gumshoe claims that he actually did do the murder to try and stand up for Maggie, which is kind of
Yeah,
funny.
he does. Because
Um,
the initial like person to frame was Gumshoe because that his name is written on the files, but one of the files is missing.
yeah,
Drama.
yeah, and we eventually learned that so Jock was not the one that held Edgeworth at gunpoint, which I thought was a pretty interesting twist, although I do think it was wrapped up a little too cleanly. I mean, obviously I'm seeing this as like this game seems to have a very overarching plot, more in your face about an
Yeah,
overarching plot than most Ace Attorney games, I'd say. But it does bring up a few questions. One of the questions I had was why did the person that stole the files not just bring the entire binder? What was the reason for them taking out a few pages and then just shoving it under a thing? Like if they already had the binder. I'm a bit curious about that. I'm hoping that maybe gets answered. Also, just the fact that like they left Edgeworth alive. I'm kind of curious if they'll answer that question. Like, do they need him alive for something? Because he had him at gunpoint. He could have just gotten away with it. I mean, they still didn't even catch the thief. Nobody knows who it is. So I'm
I will
interested
not
about that.
confirm or deny if
Yeah,
there are any answers to your questions.
yeah, but see, this is the great thing now because this is the first time I'm playing this game. I can actually have questions like this. I don't like know what's going to
Yeah, I can't
happen.
have questions about this.
So I want to get this stuff out there, like my theories and well, I guess it isn't really a theory, but my questions on record to see if they're actually answered. But, other than that, I mean, yeah, the debate sections are pretty much just exactly like what is it? Shoot. Why does this word always escape me? Cross examinations from Ace Attorney. Like you literally just have the person do their testimony and then you point out contradictions. So I mean, yeah, that's just basic Ace Attorney. So not really that exciting. They don't really add too much to it. Although I did notice that you cannot present profiles in this one, which is
Yeah,
quite
no
interesting.
more person.
You can only present profiles on specific things. Like
Yeah,
I remember for the door part, you had to present Maggie's profile to say like whose fingerprints weren't on this door and Maggie's wasn't on the other door.
yeah.
So
I feel like there's a point in the Portsman testimony where you have to be like, oh, you opened the door with the master key, but and then it goes, oh, you used Maggie to do it. But I feel like in like Justice for All, they would expect you to be like, oh, what did you use to open the door? Maggie. It's just like
yeah,
different writing of like how to present stuff.
yeah, it's a bit interesting. Um,
Because I definitely went to try to present Maggie.
yeah, yeah. that also messes with the case a little bit, having this whole thing with there being another thief in the building as well. Like, I understand why they do it because I want to start building up the overall plot, but it's also kind of just like you just kind of have to. Everybody in the game just kind of has to accept the fact that yeah, I guess there was another thief. I don't know. Maybe
Well,
they
there
should have
is
questioned it a bit more, but
I mean, there's a bullet at the scene. I don't
yeah,
think like Edgeworth is in the. There's a bullet that doesn't come from the gun that was the murder weapon because the gun is there and only has one bullet fired. And I guess
yeah.
they could use ballistic markings, which I'm surprised they've only showed up twice, and they were both in the first case of the first game. In my head, they showed up way off more often than that.
I guess I'm
Guess
just
that
gonna
maybe
make a prediction that something about this case is going to appear in like the last case or something. I don't know. That's my prediction. Some factoid or whatever. It's gonna come up
I
again.
forgot about that fact.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I should make predictions now that I have an opportunity to.
Yeah.
Um okay, but
This
oh yeah, you go.
I always find this case to be like really dry, kind of like a first turnabout levels of dry. Just like Jock isn't super interesting beyond just being like, oh, he occasionally talks about sports and has some fun animations. I like his animations a lot, but like they don't carry writing. They're just fun to watch, you know.
Yeah.
So like I had a really hard time picking a quote that I really liked. So I just picked the one I have in my tenor GIF keyboard on Discord, which is Edgeworth just going, I believe the proper phrase here is, you fail, at the very end to Portsman. When Portsman fails to acknowledge that 2 is not 3.
Mm.
And he's giving his dramatic last testimony, you know.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the press? Are you playing with the arranged soundtrack or the original, by the
I'm
way?
playing with the arranged soundtrack.
I'm gonna say something mildly controversial. I don't like Moderato and Allegro in the original soundtrack. I think there are like massive improvements in the arranged version.
Okay. Maybe I'll play some of the cases with the original and some without. I guess maybe
It's
through my
my
gameplay I can also like change around the graphics some as I go through.
the original cross-examination themes besides Presto are like my least favorite in the series for both of them.
So I guess while we're on the topic, I have a question for you. Do you find like the HD 2D full body sprites a little off-putting at all? Like did the pixel graphics make more sense with that style?
I think that the proportions are a little weird, but I definitely prefer it to pixel graphics because they're so much more detailed in the end.
Okay. Yeah, because like maybe it's just like the heads are a little bit bigger than they should be.
Well, they're trying
know.
to like base the proportions like off of the proportions of the DS sprites is the thing.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't looked at the DS sprites too thoroughly, so I don't have much of a comparison. But
how'd you feel about Presto showing up? That's the thing that plays like at the very end of both the cases, the special cross-examination theme.
see, I don't know the names of songs. Okay, see, I have no experience with this game, so I don't actually know the names of songs when they come up. It's kind of hard for me to remember, so I'll probably have to answer this like in the next one.
It's a song that plays during the last cross-examination in this case.
Okay, I'll have to listen to it again and get back to you. Let me write this down in my notes.
Yeah, well, we'll follow up on that. I really like
yeah.
Presto though. It's a investigations gimmick where the last cross-examinations themes play it.
Okay, because
it's Moderato, Allegro, and then Presto. You know, music terms. It's getting faster.
I have a spoiler to the next case where so far in this game I only have one song that I definitely know the name of that I liked a lot. But
good night.
Yeah, we'll get to that when we get to that. Let's see though. Otherwise, in this case, I mean, it's kind of funny when he eats his gold medal. I don't know how he accomplished that. I guess maybe it was a fake, but yeah.
Breakdown. Getting proven as a murderer gives you superpowers, so you can have a breakdown.
Yeah.
You became Matter Eater Lad for a brief minute. I like the breakdowns in this game. They're pretty good.
It's definitely a little bit strange just kind of having the final confrontation not really be like, I don't know, ever seen. It just kind of was like, let me prove why you're the bad guy. And
there were like 2 forensics guys there watching.
Yeah. It's a little bit more climactic in the next one, I'd say, but yeah, this one is a little bit weird. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say about this one. I like the little twist with there being 2 culprits, although I do really hope that that actually pays off and they do something with it and it's not kind of just forgotten. I feel like if they forget that, it would be kind of wasted potential, but we'll see. Overall, pretty good compared to most tutorial cases. I don't know. Anything else you want to say before we give our rankings on this one?
I am not like a heavy respecter of Turnabout Visitor. I'll probably get into it more when we're like further into the game, but I think they're they definitely should have like cut a case and then added a case with like the rest of the main cast of the game.
Hmm.
I mean, you might have noticed that like if you've seen the box art, half of the people in the box art aren't in the game yet.
Yeah, that is true. It's also a little bit strange in the next case when you just don't really have Gumshoe as a partner for most of that case again, which is a bit weird. But I guess the circumstances of the case kind of make it so that's how it is.
So it's in a weird spot where like I don't mind the case. I think it works decently as a tutorial case, but I probably still would have been like, just move Turnabout Airlines being a tutorial. It's a better case anyway.
Yeah. All right. How about I give my ranking on this first? So, I mean, I don't hate it or anything, but like, it's not the best one in the world. I put this. I was kind of debating between above or below. It could go either way, I'd say, but I put it below Turnabout Sisters, above the Lost Turnabout. So that's case just below case 2 of Ace Attorney 1 and just above the tutorial case of Ace Attorney 2. So, I mean, pretty close to the bottom of my list, but it's a tutorial one, so most of them are like that. All right, and then where does this go on your emotion chart, Goomb?
There isn't really like a good emotion for just like neutral, but I'd probably want to cut it. So I'll say I'm bored with it.
Bored.
Is it not really an exact? Not like annoyed. It doesn't make you frustrated at all. It's just like I kind of want a different case to exist instead of this one that is more fleshed out.
Yeah.
Which I understand like development time exists, so they probably did not have a time to like do it, I guess. But I don't know. I
Yeah.
think there's some odd decisions they made with this game.
I can see that. Okay. One last thing, because I forgot to say it. My favorite quote from this case was from Jock Portsman, actually, when he said, "Meh, you win some and you lose some. That's how life goes."
Now, and then footage of Rockstar Foxy.
Yes, big rock star Foxy.
Is that why you changed your status on Discord to that?
Maybe. I've been seeing that a lot lately. All right. Well, I think that's everything to say about Turnabout Visitor. So let's go over to the next case in Ace Attorney Investigations.
Holy cow, a case where I have more things to talk about than like.
What is this? Turnabout Airlines. The second case from Ace Attorney 2.
See,
Goomb, give us a rundown of this case. Why don't you?
Yeah, this is the case where it's easy to remember the name of it because you're like, whoa, what's the case that's on the plane called? Oh yeah, Turnabout Airlines. So Edgeworth is flying home from place. I don't remember if they ever say where he's coming from, but this is actually the first case chronologically, kind of, in Ace Attorney Investigations.
Yes, this happens 2 days before the tutorial case, which is a bit interesting.
Yeah. So Edgeworth is flying home and he's sitting in the like lounge that apparently exists in this airplane. Is he drinking something? I don't remember.
He's drinking probably grape juice because they don't have any alcohol in these series.
Actual fun fact, it is still grape juice in Japan. For a lot of people assume that is like the dub censoring things. No, it's Japan censoring things, so they keep their Sero rating above like Sero M.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't really. I don't mind it at all.
Yeah,
obviously, it may as well be alcohol, but
I mean, I think that they use the grape juice pretty humorously every time it appears, so I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
I just like to make fun of it sometimes. Anyway, suddenly turbulence in Edgeworth has trauma from shaking things. If you've played the first game, you know Winky Face.
Yeah.
So he passes out.
That was one of my first notes about this. I was like, I've never been in an earthquake, but is turbulence really that similar to an earthquake? I don't know.
Well, I say it's really bad turbulence.
Well, that is fair. It did move around, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then when Edgeworth wakes up, there's grape juice spilling out of the elevator, and he walks over to check it, or the elevator that exists in this plane.
Yeah.
And this is something about this case that like has always mildly baffled me. The plane is like super large and has like multiple
Yeah,
floors.
there's like 4 floors to this plane,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
There's a single line towards the end where they're like, this plane is a special model. And like the
I
entire
don't know of
justification.
any 4-floor planes in real life, but I guess I don't do too
Yeah.
much research into that. So
Yeah. I've been like the same boat where I'm like, I guess it could exist maybe. And I don't do any further research than that.
yeah, it's just one of those things you kind of have to accept.
And he sees a thing on the ground, he goes to pick it up, and then the elevator door opens and a dead body appears. Well, actually, and then a flight attendant shows up behind him and is like, what the heck? Edgeworth killed this man with a murder weapon that he is holding.
Yeah.
And so Edgeworth transitions from smoothly standing upworth to restrained worth, as I wrote in my notes. Because you have special sprites for Edgeworth having his like hands tied behind his back.
It's true. We get to see like his damaged face.
Yeah.
We also get a flashback to Ace Attorney 1 CG. It's kind of funny.
We
in
do.
The elevator.
It's because it was a GBA level quality, they had to like put a blur on it.
Oh, I see.
In the original DS, that's why it has like a weird vignette around it, so it would look less horrible. So you end up talking to the flight attendant and proving that you're, or at least raising doubt that you are the murderer, because it turns out you cannot beat someone to death with an empty travel wallet.
So let's back up here a second. So first person we ever interact with in this is Rhoda Tenerio, the flight attendant.
I would say Teniro.
Teniro? That's
I don't really know.
T-E-N-E. Teniro.
Listen, that's how I say it. I'm not saying I'm right.
I mean, is there a pun in there? Because I don't know any.
I don't know.
Rhoda Tenerio. Rhoda Tenerio.
Well, the wiki is saying it could be a play on the narrow road because her name comes from the road in Japan and her Japanese name.
Oh, so, like the Rhoda Tenero? Road to Nari. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the Rio would be. They're not going to Rio. I don't think Rio exists. Well, anyways, what a character. I think she's fine. I mean, it kind of starts out the case in a pretty interesting way. You are immediately thrust into a debate trying to prove your innocence. So, yeah. Although, I mean, I wouldn't say the stakes on this are too high. Like, obviously, I guess if you fail it, then Edgeworth is doomed to be arrested, but, like, there's no way you're going to fail that. So, it's pretty obvious he is not the killer. But yeah. I mean, she's fine. She is the one that is accused or set up for, like, this. Well, it kind of switches between Edgeworth being set up and then her being set up, so.
I think Rhoda is like the one character in Ace Attorney Investigations who, like, at least for me, she really grew on me after I played the game for like the third time. The section that comes up after you prove you're innocent with her and you investigate the like lounge area with her is like the funniest section in the entire case. There's so many good lines in it.
Yeah, she becomes like your helper because you don't have Gumshoe for a bit there.
Yeah, because Gumshoe isn't on the plane.
You got like 3 different helpers in this case. It's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm. It's a very different partner dense for such a short case because the case is only like an hour 30 minutes long.
Yeah. I guess just while my mind's on it, I do like the line she has where she's like, "We're trained to serve coffee even when we're about to make an emergency splashdown or whatever."
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
Yeah, the airline does not seem very safety conscious. They also in the gift shop they sell the life preservers instead of just having them available for everyone.
Yeah.
Fun fact about the airline, because I'm in charge, so I'm being very spacey and jumping between topics. In the original English translation, its name was translated to iFly Airlines, and they didn't realize there already was an iFly Airlines. So in the collections, they had to change the name to the Japanese name, which is Yugo Airlines.
Ah, I see.
Oops.
Well, yeah, I would have never known. You know, for some reason, I don't know why, today I just decided, let's just like watch a clip of like Lucajin playing through this game, and I was like, oh, why is that like iFly? Because she was playing like the original DS version.
Yep, that's why. That's because
So
it was just originally translated as that, and then oops happened.
kind of funny.
Yep.
Um,
I
oh, you go.
I like there's like a million great conversations you can have with Rhoda. Okay, there's like 7 you can have with her in the lounge area. I really like the one where Edgeworth is just looking at the clouds out the window. He's just like, these clouds, they tell me nothing. Then Rhoda just goes, are you having a conversation with them? It looks pretty one-sided to me. And he just goes, the clouds, they tell me nothing. It's great.
Yeah. She's also kind of a G. Like you prove her wrong in an argument, and then she immediately like lies to the captain for you unless you start investigating around. So she pretty immediately puts her trust in you the second you show her that she's wrong about accusing you. Which is kind of interesting.
She's very devoted to like the pat. She's to contrast with the other flight attendant in this case. She's like highly professional and she really cares about like the customers. So she felt really bad about mistakenly accusing you of murder, and so she wanted to let you investigate as a result.
I'm pretty sure like in the attendance room they have a photo of her like as an advertisement for the plane, which is crazy because could that imply that literally they only have, I mean, on this flight it seems like they only have 2 attendants, but could that mean this entire airline only has 2 flight attendants?
I don't know.
That's weird. I mean, they held a company-wide contest, so I mean, I guess if it was only 2
Well,
flight
she also won the company. She also won the company-wide contest. I think that's why she was modeling for the picture too.
Oh, you know what? You might be right about that. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
could be. Huh.
But you investigate the lounge with her. You come back to, or no, you don't come back. Another passenger on the plane who was like the entire reason why you investigated the lounge in the first place, because he was an angry man yelling at you. Zinc LeBlanc comes down to the lounge to yell at you some more, and then you have another argument section with him.
Yeah, whoa. We gotta back up. Okay, we gotta talk about Zinc LeBlanc. Come on.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was the transition to you talking about Zinc LeBlanc.
yeah.
Because you're
Whoa.
always in charge. You always have my methods.
Okay, I'm just saying because you do have to debate him before you go down to the lounge at all. Like, wait, actually, do you?
No,
Shoot.
I think
He
you just said you have like
he introduces
Rhoda.
himself.
He
He's like,
introduces his argument, but you don't actually like present anything yet.
yeah, but
Because he saw him fiddle. He saw the victim. I don't think you have a name yet at this point in the case. He saw the guy fiddling.
Yeah, because you haven't seen his passport yet.
Yeah, but now that we're doing this amazing non-linear order, because someone who has a very bad attention span, is in charge of leading everything. We do know the victim's name, Ackby Hicks. I like his design because he looks cool.
Yeah, I like that picture that he has with the statue. He looks very excited to be there, like the convention or whatever he's at.
He's at a well. We actually do know where he's at because they say it was at like a museum, don't they?
I think so.
Zinc LeBlanc like arranged for it to go to a different museum because he's an art dealer.
I like to imagine that it's him just taking a selfie, and that's just the face that he has for some reason.
You know, another thing that happens for some reason.
He's like, I gotta get evidence of this so we can show it's a fake. I guess I'll take a selfie, and then he literally just doesn't smile in the picture at all. Very smooth, very smooth.
You know what else happens for some reason? Zinc LeBlanc has a theme song.
Yes, it does. I mean, he's a very important character in this case. Back to Zinc LeBlanc. See, I played the first like couple of cases of Apollo Justice, so I'm like, what the heck, Borginian in my Ace Attorney come back again?
That's where it comes from.
That's crazy because this game came out after Apollo Justice, so like, but in the timeline it happens earlier, so they're like referencing it from the future, from the past or whatever. I don't know. Kind of crazy.
In the original Ace Attorney trilogy, the only country was Japanifornia. After Ace Attorney, the first 3 games, they become more international. I think this game is the most international Ace Attorney game.
Yeah, they have another country as well, like something.
Zhangfa, however you pronounce that. It's a small country in Asia, and Borginia is in Europe, in case you're wondering.
Okay, I figured. Yeah, but I like LeBlanc. I like Zinc LeBlanc. I think he's very funny.
Yeah,
I
I like
imagine
having.
his voice being. I imagine his voice being super nasally.
Yeah, I like him. It's fun having a witness who's like a complete jerk, but he's also like not the killer. It's just
Yeah,
like this
I mean
funny
he's
guy.
pretty clearly not the killer of us. I'm
Yeah,
like,
like there's no way he could
yeah,
have done the murder. You just know that immediately.
yeah. He's got all that pointing though. I like how he's so like precious with his art. He literally like has a pot strapped into his seat for some
Yeah,
reason.
instead of himself.
It's very
Well, there
funny.
was turbulence in the plane, so he had to keep secure his art.
And especially his
Story.
animation when you win the debate against him, he gets like blown away.
Yeah, he has a breakdown for some reason.
That's very funny. I love that animation.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good breakdown too. The breakdowns in this game are really good.
Yeah, but honestly, I gotta say, so far, probably one of the best characters in the game that we've met. So, big fan of LeBlanc.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, my favorite character in this case is probably Rhoda, but he's pretty good. He was my favorite character before I came around to liking Rhoda more.
I see. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, he kind of has a big moment at the beginning of the case, and then like a tinier moment at the end. Otherwise, he's not really around for too much longer. Yeah. Uh, yeah. So you show LeBlanc that, and then we meet the fabled character, Cammy, Cammy Malee. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Cammy meal,
Cammy Meal.
because it's a pun on
Yes.
chamomile,
Right.
like the type of tea.
Yes. The other flight attendant, the one that is not a good flight attendant because she is hurting the dress code, and she's just not very good. I don't know.
She's not very good at her job.
Yeah, what do you think about Cammy Millie? What do you think about Cammy, Goomb?
I think if her, this is another. I think the cast in this case is very good. For the cast in this case. I kind of slurred my words there a bit, but I think she's a character that I'd like a lot more if her design wasn't so horny. Just a good theme song. I like her gimmick that she is tired because that is a good way to if you like characters.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like
yeah,
her face animations. Her face is just, I don't know. The animations of her face are really funny, especially with like her really grayed out eyes and also like her mouth like
yeah,
drooping.
yeah.
I mean, later on, for some reason, she has like a bubble blowing motif. I don't really know what that's about. That just kind of happens.
It's
So,
a
not really
so
sure.
in it's a animation joke. When she's asleep, there's this animation. So in anime, when like characters are sleeping, there'll be like a snot bubble coming out of them a lot of the time.
Yeah.
When in her animation where the hair is covering her face, they do that where she has like the bubble coming out of her. The joke is that she's not actually tired. She's actually like scheming in the killer. So when she's revealed, the bubbles are just coming from a bubble blower the entire time because she was actually locked in.
Oh,
It's a
what?
joke.
Okay, I must have missed something then because whenever she had her hair down, I never saw any bubbles.
You have to wait a bit for it to start happening.
Oh, okay. Huh. Dang. Well, I guess me
It's
skipping
a
through things ruined that. Huh.
it's actually a really good visual like thing. I really like that a lot. That's where but you kind of have to like it's not like they never go like, "Oh, bubbles." You just have to like know about anime tropes.
Dang, okay. See, I guess this is a good time to bring this up. In this re-release of these games, like the default option is just normal text speed where it goes by like a normal pace and you can't really skip through it at all unless you've seen it before. And the only other option is just to like skip to the end of the text immediately. There's no like fast text option in this game. So it's either go very slowly or go immediately. There's like no in between. So I don't know.
Here, this is the sleeping animation with the bubble.
Sometimes
Why is that not playing? I
mess
hate
things
I
up. Oh, I see the
whatever.
bubble at least.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was trying to get that to work. But
yeah.
it's there.
I genuinely did not see that at all. So thank you for alerting me to that. I guess that, yeah, that does make the the breakdown stuff a lot funnier.
Yeah, it's actually a really good visual gag. It's like my favorite part ever designed by a lot.
Yeah.
Because like obviously the whole I'm pretending to be kind of stupid, but I'm actually manipulating people is a pretty common thing for Ace Attorney killers.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty similar to like the second case of Ace Attorney 1 already. Although I do think she's a lot more interesting than April May.
I mean, yeah, she's like the good version of April May.
Yeah. She's got funnier animations than April May.
She's got funnier dialogue than April May.
That's true. She is the second person that we investigate her around with, which is pretty funny.
She joins you to investigate the shop in the airplane, the gift shop in the airplane that sells suitcases.
Yeah, we learned that she really doesn't like cleaning. Something.
And Rhoda.
Yeah.
But she also, if you examine the glass in the display case, she cuts herself during the investigation.
Yeah.
She goes, "Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, it hurts."
Funny stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then we get to the stop.
Yeah.
And we have the return. The one, the only Franziska von Karma, who immediately wants to put Edgeworth under arrest. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something. I like her in this case. I think she's pretty good. She doesn't like. She's not overbearing or anything. I don't know. I don't really have too much more to say. She kind of just does like exactly. She's exactly what I expected her to be like in a case. Like
yeah, she's more
just whipping Gumshoe a lot, and that's kind of. Although she whips Edgeworth a decent amount in this one too.
She also whips the captain who doesn't have sprites, but the captain of the plane.
Yeah.
Who only has the like zoomed out sprites.
Yeah.
I do think the case would be better with like one more character giving arguments. I know there's already a lot, but like the captain, I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is that they created there's not a huge cast for this case, and they kind of limit it to only like the people on the plane. So then I feel like once they introduce Cammy, I don't know. I don't know if that's exactly the point. I can't exactly remember the point where I figured out who it was, but it was shortly after Cammy was introduced where I was starting to like, yeah, it's probably her. So,
did we talk about her theme song? She has a theme song also.
Yes, I really like her theme song. I don't know why.
I also really like her theme song. It's good. It's a good song.
I listened to it quite a lot today.
It is like it is a song that I listen to pretty semi-frequently. I'm not gonna say pretty frequently, but like it's just definitely there's like a few songs in Attorney Investigations that are in like the regular video game music rotation. That is one of them.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'd go even as far as saying this is like an eccentric 2 from me, like the second iteration of eccentric. But yeah, I don't know, that theme is very good. I hope we get to hear it again. Unless it's just like her character theme, and then.
I mean, it's called Camille Good Night, so.
Yeah, I had a feeling. Oh well.
I have some harsh news for you.
I enjoyed it while it lasted, at least. Oh well.
It is a character theme, not a generic theme.
Yeah.
For some reason in the lobby, when Franziska like greets you and yells at you in the airport, Salmonella is there.
Oh yes, that's right.
Which like doesn't really make sense to me because I guess he didn't get any like jail time at all for being an accomplice to murder because he was working in the Pink Princess afterwards anyway. But
yeah, he was too important to put in jail. We also get to learn that he's making a new movie. Edgeworth keeps that, but that doesn't go in his logic thing though. Like what the heck?
Gotta keep that apparently, if you look at the book Edgeworth was reading on the flight with Gumshoe, he was actually reading a Steel Samurai book inside of the law book.
Oh, I thought he was reading like the flight pamphlet or whatever.
Not in the lounge. The book that's on his like chair in the airplane.
I see. Okay.
It just says law on it. It's very big. He's hiding a Steel Samurai like manga or something inside of it.
All right then.
Yeah, this is the first Ace Attorney game that really pushes that like puts any since Edgeworth is the main character, it's more obvious, but there is a joke back from the first game where Edgeworth at the end of Turnabout Samurai talks to Will Powers and just goes, "I'm a fan," and Feast is like, "Wow, what a suck up." And I don't know what the writer intention was for that line, but in Japan after Ace Attorney 1 came out, it was really popular in like fan works, doujinshis, to like just display Edgeworth as like being a massive fan of the Steel Samurai, like secretly, and then that became a canon character trait. So if you examine like anything Steel Samurai in the Edgeworth game, so like talk about it at length and be like, but of course I don't actually care.
Yeah.
If like anyone calls him out on it, it happens in the first case too. And
I mean,
really
I've
like that.
definitely been noticing that for him.
It wasn't really present in the previous Ace Attorney games, except for maybe Rise from the Ashes. I don't remember, but that's just because there was not a lot of Steel Samurai stuff that Edgeworth was involved in. Nickel Samurai is different.
This case also does have a reference to Rise from the Ashes in the terminal, that person selling the food.
Yeah, the Lunchland
lady. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of funny. Not much more to say about that, I guess.
She has like a jetpack for some reason.
Oh. No, I did not notice that.
It looks like that to me. I don't know what it's supposed to be. It's just like I always just look at it like I'm like, wow, she's a jetpack.
It's probably just a backpack to carry the food.
It looks like a jetpack.
I don't know why she would randomly have a jetpack, but all right.
I don't know either, so I always talk to her. I'm like, why does she have a jetpack? And I'm just like, wow, it looks like a Lunchland. Sure, successful. I'm like, what about the jetpack though? This has happened more than once.
I don't care about the jetpack though.
Yeah. Do you care about Gumshoe's love life? Did you see that? This is another secret conversation you can have if you examine everything when Gumshoe is following you around.
I don't know if I caught that one. You'll have to catch me up.
In the lounge, the windows that have the same cloud conversation I like when you're examining Rhoda, Gumshoe notices a random lady in a different plane, like, that he thinks looks cute, and then she looks at them, and Edgeworth's like, Edgeworth, wait for me! And Edgeworth just goes, I refuse to be your wingman on this.
Wow.
Also, the founder of the airlines, Ugo Hugo, is a man that Gumshoe arrested in his dreams, apparently. Huh? Because Gumshoe is more competent in his dreams than he is in reality.
Okay, I must have moved on too quickly then. Because I think
there's a lot of dumb conversations you can have with
when you're investigating on the plane with Gumshoe, it immediately is like, let's go to the attendance room. So if you just
have
do
like
that,
a short conversation with LeBlanc and then straight to the attendance room is what you have to do.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of optional LeBlanc if you examine stuff.
I see. Okay, yeah. I definitely missed that. I went straight to the attendance room.
But once you're in the attendance room, there's not much to do there. You finally can confirm Rhoda's amazing design sense with her lime green and yellow and pink suitcase design.
Yeah. I don't understand how she came up with that, but alright.
It is comically awful, which I appreciate. I do like the line Edgeworth has when she's like, you don't think it... Where she like tries to offer one to him and he just goes, well, you see, how should I put this? It's hideous.
Yeah.
That's like her line in the entire case. That's like her moment in the entire case. It just goes, maybe that was a bit too direct. When she's like clearly hurt by it.
Yeah. It's okay. He eventually does get given one. So
yeah.
He doesn't have to buy it.
Against his will. But he does accept it because he's gracious.
Yeah.
In the line of like goofy to sarcastic and Ace Attorney protagonist, Edgeworth is the most sarcastic and the least goofy.
Yeah.
That is my hot take. That is not really that hot. It's just like stating an obvious fact.
Oh, let's see though. Eventually we go search around in the cargo hold. Learn some interesting things here. I think we learn about all the cargo that's been put in there. We learn about the fake statue put there. We also get to see Mr. LeBlanc fall down and almost die, and then Franziska and Edgeworth just don't even care at all. They're unfazed.
I almost died, not clickbait.
Yeah. LeBlanc almost dies, not clickbait.
You only got like a fourth of the way to fall from falling to your death. That's happened to me before.
God damn, I mean, that's gotta be more than four floors then, right? I feel like you wouldn't die from falling one floor.
It's a pretty large flight. It's they say it's like Edgeworth Street gives a casual estimation that it's probably pretty far off. if you measure up from sprites, but it does say it's like 20 gumshoes tall at some point.
I feel like you gotta be at least 20 gumshoes tall. I mean that's at least
That's
3/4 tall for only the cargo hold alone. So
yeah, it's a special model. It's a special model.
that does not make any sense, but okay.
It's a special model.
Okay, yeah. With that in mind, I don't think any plane in real life could ever have that. But sure, whatever. Eventually we do learn that what was his name?
See, the problem is I've seen Total Drama World Tour too many times. I just picture like a Total Drama jumbo jet, and I'm like, you know what? Planes do just have like a giant cargo hold. You're right.
Yeah. We learned that Acme Hicks fell from death. That's why he has one giant bruising on the back of his head. It was not, in fact, caused by the tiny piggy bank or the wallets that he took.
Well, you didn't have an autopsy report for most of the case.
Yeah.
So you didn't know about the giant bruise until near the end. But I like the moving from beaten to death to fall. I like that as an element. I think it's fun.
Yeah, I think I did figure that out pretty quickly.
It's a bit weird that it happens on a plane, but what can you do? This is the plane case.
See, my only other thought for how he could have died was that somebody took like one of the suitcases and like slammed it into his back or something. That probably could kill somebody if you hit them just right.
There's enough stuff.
Pretty
in the
heavy
too.
Yeah.
Because you can kill someone with a suitcase. I think.
Yeah, the suitcases could get pretty dang heavy. So, but I guess I don't know.
Yeah. But eventually, as our time in the cargo hold comes to an end, you learn that the Aleph Red statue was the one in the cargo hold is a fake. Yeah. It's not a very good fake because that's the wrong color eyes.
Yeah.
Like, come on, ambiguous smuggling ring.
That's like that's like the most obvious feature of it.
Yeah, but there's only one member of the entire flight crew who can read Borginian, which is what the document saying that the statue is real were written in, and so you call Cammy Meal down to the cargo hold to yell at her.
Yeah.
And then she reveals that she is using a bubble blower in a stunning twist.
We also somehow... So, his phone was broken, but we somehow get the files off of it onto Francisca's phone to view them. I don't really understand how that worked, but...
Breaking the screen of a phone does not store the data on a phone.
Right, but then how did they get the data off?
They took like the SD card out or something.
I guess so.
It's not hard to do.
Yeah.
That's where I'm like, I think a lesser game would have, a lesser murder mystery is like, oh, well, the phone is broken. We don't know what was on it. Which is like, well, they tried to break the phone, but they didn't understand how phones work properly because they're not like tech oriented.
Yeah.
So they just assumed it was broken.
I mean, I guess technically she did not try to break it. It just broke in the fall. So.
Oh, okay. She assumed it was broken when she looked at it.
Yeah.
But
Yes, but Cammy is a killer. Oh, you could have seen that.
Oh.
Coming.
She says sus.
Yeah. She pushes him off the thing. We see it in the CG.
Yeah. It was not a planned out murder. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing, but she did kill him.
She didn't want him to find out.
That she was in a smuggling.
Freaking can't believe it.
I feel like maybe I just don't understand what a flight attendant's job is, but I do feel like they probably could have recruited someone a bit higher up on the totem pole than a flight attendant for their smuggling ring. But you do. I mean,
yeah, I think the whole thing that also is just like the only reason she's hired is because the captain likes her. So I think that's like the whole trope that they're going for.
Yeah, I guess. And she can also read she does like the one job of processing Borginian documents, so she's probably on all the Borginian flights in the first place.
That's true. I guess while we're talking about cargo hold stuff, I do have my quote from this case that I liked a lot. It's from Edgeworth in reference to something talking about with Gumshoe. I don't know, maybe I should have taken a small clip instead of a picture because I can't exactly remember what the situation around this was, but Edgeworth said, "In this world, there are those who are masochistic, and then there is Gumshoe." There's the only two people in this world.
I think I remember that line. I just don't remember the context.
Yeah.
Either.
I found that quite funny. So.
Yeah, you can in the flight attendant's room. Speaking of Gumshoe being masochistic, or not masochistic, I guess. You can get Gumshoe continuously whipped by Francisca if you keep trying to look at all the flight attendant stuff.
Yeah. I think Edgeworth apologizes for having him go check the trash can.
Yeah.
Not supposed to do that, buddy. But yeah. Let's see. Anything else to talk about with this case? I guess overall the mystery is pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's definitely again one of those cases that is building up an overarching story with the whole smuggling ring. We don't actually learn any more about what it is, because apparently when they try and question her, she starts like frothing at the mouth or whatever Cammy does. So
I think they say she clams up or something like that, or maybe that's
I
if they
definitely
don't
remember
program
reading
it.
frothing at the mouth. So
I
I
see.
guess she just went insane for getting arrested. We learned
But
that Francisca is also involved in pursuing this. She has got like a secret assignment, so I guess we'll learn more about that. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Anything else you want to say? I guess I don't have anything else to think of.
so I think there comes a time in murder mystery land where you're like, oh, I want to do the train case. And for me, this is the Ace Attorney version of the train case. Because the
Mm,
concept of the train is that you're in like a vehicle and you have like a static list of passengers. And so, it can only be one of those people. Who could it be? I do feel like as the train case trademark, it does kind of feel like that just because, as you said, there aren't really like there's not really like
not
more
enough
people it could have
characters.
been. Yeah. Like there's the entire group of like other first class passengers. The only one who does anything is LeBlanc. There's
Yeah,
like drink guy, food guy, and scared guy. And then scared guy shows up again in the lobby. Like, they don't really do anything.
food child. I'm pretty sure. I think that's a
I'm
child.
just
I
gonna
don't
call
know.
I mean, it probably is a child. He looks like a child, but I'm calling them all something guy.
Yeah, I like
But
drink guy. I like the little line that they have that says like, um, no, something about the turbulence breaking all his stuff, and it's like, I guess all your bottles were good, and it's like, nope, they all did break. I just had them all replaced.
yeah, drink guy is going to like have a ruptured bladder, but it's fine.
Yeah,
I do like their dialogue. I just wish there was like one more character so they could have like more of an actual mystery.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
But it
yeah.
is a case that I like more than Turnabout Visitor. If I were to cut one of them, it would definitely be Turnabout Visitor.
LeBlanc is pretty obviously not the killer, so it really only leaves you with two options, and
Yeah. And
one
then
of them is a
Rhoda plays the sad I'm not the killer theme when you talk to her in the flight attendant room, saying
yeah.
like,
It's like, and then after you finish talking to LeBlanc, then Cammy comes in and like stops you, and it's like, okay, yeah, I mean, it seems like the kind of thing an antagonist would do. So, although they do throw you for a loop for a little bit because you actually do investigate with her, so it's like, I don't know,
yeah.
maybe,
And she's so helpful during the investigation when she does nothing and cuts herself on some glass.
yeah. And is also very willing to clean up the crime scene until you tell her not to.
Yeah.
Pretty silly. Um,
Well, I mean, I guess, well, you assumed it was the crime scene when you were there, but it ended up just being like a place the criminal went after doing the murder
Yeah,
scene.
they kind of that is also kind of neat for this one. They changed the crime scene like two times.
Yeah.
Originally in the lounge, and then you think it's at the gift shop, and then it's at the cargo hold. So pretty neat. Um,
I'd argue that you could also even think as it was in the elevator at certain points in the case.
that's fair.
If you're like really trying to think ahead. Just be like, oh, it
Yeah,
got beaten to death in the elevator, then stuffed in the suitcase while the like doors were still shut.
yeah,
They do a good job of obscuring that, which is good. I mean, it's not. I wouldn't say it's like perfect because like I think for it to be perfect, you'd have to know the cargo hold existed before it, like what it looked like, you know.
yeah. I will say now that I'm thinking back to it, it's a little bit weird to have that whole thing with like, oh, we're gonna discredit LeBlanc's story by saying that he got the time wrong, but then have Cammy come in and say that actually I did see him this time, so it doesn't really matter. It's kind of
Well,
like,
she was lying anyway.
yeah, but then it's kind of like, okay, well, I guess it's probably Cammy then. I don't know. If LeBlanc's story is completely negated, but then we introduced this character to make it so that the suspicion was
Yeah.
still there, it's like, okay,
When I
well, I
was
mean,
a
there's not
kid,
much of a choice.
when I was a
So,
kid and I was playing this case, I felt weirdly bad about LeBlanc missing the suspense, hard-boiled action, romantic horror comedy flick that he wanted to see. But now that I'm a jaded adult, I do not. feel bad about it
I
anymore.
mean, seemed really excited to see it. Then again,
Yeah,
he's also a super rich guy on a super rich plane, so I think he can live.
yeah, he can just catch another flight and see it. Then
Yeah. All
if it's
right.
banned in his home country, he can only see it on international flights.
Well, unless you have anything else, I'd say we get to our rankings. What do you say?
No, I don't have anything else.
Okay. Well, let's go the opposite then here. So, Goom, where's it going on your
I,
emotion chart?
once again, this is like I don't like it like knocked out of the park, but I do feel better about this one than I did about the last one. I will say it is pleasant. It's not a case where I'm like, it's like not a case that I'm like super. It has good characters, but not like the most perfect murder ever. I kind of wish it was longer or more involved in some way. Or the first case, like either of those two changes would be better. So
Hmm.
like if it was the first case, I'd be like, oh, this is a really good first case, but it's the second case. It's a bit different. We're judging on a bit of a different curve here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wanted more involved if it's just not the first case, if that makes sense. But it is still not bad.
Gotcha. Pretty solid then, I gotta say. Yeah, I'm I like this case. It goes exactly in the middle of the ranking for me. We ranked 16 cases so far in total. This is number 8 for me, right under Turnabout Samurai, right above Reunion and Turnabout. So, decent fan of this one. I like the setting of it and the characters, even though they're kind of few, pretty nifty. So, yeah. I mean, obviously better than the tutorial, for sure. So, we can only go up from here, right? Definitely. Okay.
Definitely.
Well, I guess that's that. Before we wrap up here, Goom, where can people find you?
People can find me on the 5th floor of an airplane. It's a special model.
Ah, I see. All right, I'll be looking for a 5-floor airplane.
Yeah, I mean, you'll recognize it. It's a special model.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't get any more details than that. It's a special model.
You know what? I just realized that's probably why they have so much turbulence, because their airplane is insane. It takes up so much space, so no wonder they have so much turbulence. It's just getting
I'm not an
blasted by the
engineering
wind.
degree, but that's probably how it works.
Yeah. I bet the taller your plane is, the more turbulence you have. That's my
It's a
guess.
one-to-one relationship.
Yeah. And as always, you can find me here on the Zigzam YouTube channel. I guess there's no cross-examination in this game. But you still do press, so remember to press like and subscribe and bell. Otherwise, Edgeworth will be very sad. He told me himself. Yeah. Anyways, that'll do it. This episode of the Duckpond Ace Attorney. Oh wait, I just completely forgot. Goom, did you have a favorite quote from this case or no?
I did. It was Edgeworth insulting the suitcase. I brought it up.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure. I don't know why. I thought we hadn't said that. Okay.
You
Anyways,
just were so traumatized by Edgeworth insulting her design sense that you suppressed all knowledge of it and you suppressed me talking about it.
yeah, I was very concerned. Okay. That'll do it for this episode. Ace Attorney Investigations of Duckpond Book Club Mouthful Podcast. We'll see you next week for what is it?
The kidnapped turnabout.
The kidnapped turnabout. Exactly. Yes. All right. See you then. Bye bye.
I can remember the names sometimes. It's like I'm like a 50-50 rate.